Hello, and welcome back to Baba Is You with Brian. Since last time, I have reviewed some puzzles that I was previously stuck on, and managed to get unstuck. Remember this one? In case you don't, it's pretty simple. We have one object we can use to get over here, but then we don't have another object we can use over here. And while we have lots of text we could eventually push out, we can't push the text anywhere useful. So, how can we do it? We need to get rid of the door, we need to get rid of some water, but we only have two objects and we need at least three. Well, I have an answer for you. Turns out that I was just like completely, confounded and befuddled in this puzzle. And I was like, it can't be done. There's nothing we could do. And so I started thinking outside the box. And I wondered to myself, because I didn't think I'd actually done it before, what happens if I say rock is key and Baba at the same time? And the answer is the rock turns into both key and Baba. So you can turn one object into two objects doing something like that. And obviously, that is the key, because now if I say key is push, which let's do it carefully over here, then I can push the key out and sacrifice one of the Babas on the water to get to the flag. Alright, so key is push the key out the door, and sure, sacrifice this Baba, and this Baba can go say flag is win! And it could also probably interact with some other rules, but that's okay. We'll just say flag is win. Hooray! So, I learned, I wouldn't call it a new mechanic necessarily, but I think that helped inspire me to realize that basically a lot of the game processing is parallelism. When you update the rules, there are two new rules, and so it says, okay, rock is you. On the next, object update cycle, I will remove the rock and put a or Baba here or whatever, and then you say rock is key and it says, okay, on the next update cycle I'll remove the rock and put a key here, and then it processes both those together, and so it puts both the Baba and the key. And there's a lot of other stuff that goes in parallel as well. So I think the verbs kind of go sequentially, but the things within each verb cycle go in parallel is kind of the mental model that I've been forming. Trio. So, this is another puzzle that I finally solved. I talked about this one before. I'd done a little bit off camera. Basically, Kiki is fall is one of the key things. And so, Kiki is the only thing, because skull is defeat, Kiki's the only thing that can kind of move down into the right. And what we want to do is get Kiki down here, pushing skull is defeat out of the way, so that we could come in here and get to the flag. And I'd managed to lift Kiki up and get Kiki walking to the right, but then, I don't know if you can see my mouse cursor, but then Kiki ends up just falling down here into the Kiki is fall, Baba is you area. And so I needed a way for Kiki to turn around and go to the left to push defeat. And I was not finding a way to do that. And then, inspiration struck. And I realized Kiki should not be walking this way and falling that way. Kiki should be walking from the right-hand side and falling down in order to be facing left in the first place. And there's clouds way over there to the right, and we're going to use them. So, first thing we need to do is we need to lift Kiki up into the air so that Kiki has something to walk on. And then the next thing we need to do is get Kiki on a nice high word platform. This is high enough for now, and me is eventually going to go somewhere else. So let's just push me out of the way for the moment. And Kiki is still pushable, but I eventually want Kiki to be... Yeah, it's going to be Kiki and me is move, is what's eventually going to happen. Let me just set it up, and then I can talk about what we're doing with it. But I do need me to be push for a bit longer. Me is going to end up being, I guess, pretty much over here. I can always change this around. Okay. And yeah, that's all good. Could also be me and Kiki as push, I guess. Alright, but here's the idea. I have to push this over a few squares to kind of get it started. Yeah, I think this will do it. No, I forgot that I need to push Kiki to the right so that Kiki is facing to the right. Because Kiki needs to be walking to the right, and then eventually Kiki's going to walk into the cloud and turn around and start walking to the left. And the moving platforms will be a support for Kiki to stand on, since Kiki is fall. And since there's 5 words here, it will be a 5-wide moving platform. Mia's going to turn around and leave a hole there, which is great, because now Kiki goes and falls. Kiki falls in here while facing left, pushes that out of the way, and that solves the puzzle for us, because now Baba can get to the flag. Hooray! I thought that one was actually pretty cool now that I figured it out. Oops, and I just re-entered the puzzle because I hit the wrong button. Number 9 platformer I still have not figured out. But this is another really cool puzzle, it turns out. Guardians. So, on this one, I was trying to figure out how to stop these guys. Or how to pull the win out by shoving a bunch of text in there, because text is pull. And basically not having a lot of luck. And so I just started experimenting with some other things. And let's get rid of text as pull right now, because that's going to be kind of annoying. Watch what happens. This is really interesting. With empty as pull. Alright, are you ready for this? Right, I can't walk. I can walk on the ice, and I can't walk outside the ice because you end up pulling empties. Right, but text is not also pull. So basically, empty is pull. Things that are pull are also kind of like stop push barriers or whatever, so I can't walk outside of where the ice is. But I forgot about the fact that I was going to need text as pull as well, so let me back up a little bit really quick and get text as to be pull. There we go. So let's make text pull as well, and then we'll see the true magic. Okay, so if empty is pull and text is pull, and I step to the left, watch what happens. I pull on the empty that's to the right of me, and that pulls on the text that's to the right of me. And so you can use this action at a distance for very long distances. And so all I need to do is get some ice down here and be able to set up text as pull and empty as pull, and then I can walk back and forth on the ice and pull the word win down. So that's what I need to do, but first of all I need to set up the ice. So I need the ice to be pull, so that I can get some ice where it'll be safe to walk, because I can't, when empty is pull, I can't kind of walk on all of the empty stuff. And basically my tendency is just to kind of make a big mess of the ice, and eventually it works out in the end. So I think I'm just going to fast forward through this while I try to get some ice over into places that it's going to be useful. Okay, that was a bit to set up, but now I think I've got it. So, text is pull, empty is pull. I don't want to pull either of those apart, so I'm going to walk on the ice over here. And now, and I managed to also get the UFO guardians on the right-hand side. You have to make sure that happens at the right time. Notice that they have stopped moving, and the reason they have stopped moving is because they're trying to pull empty, and so they can't push back into empty, because empty is pull. And so I do this to get the word win over here, and then, can I break empty as pull or say ice is win or something? I needed to have these reversed, didn't I? Gosh darn it. So close, and yet so far. Empty as pull is a real problem. And so we need to have it be breakable, and I can do it by pushing the word is onto the ice at the end. So let's swap those around. Oops. Swap those around like that. Walk around this way. Pull down win. Alright, and then break empty is pull, and that allows me to walk around a whole bunch of different places, and I can also break text is pull, and that's great. And so now I can just say, like, ice is win, for example. So, I thought that one was really cool as well. Pretty unusual. The whole idea, I mean, again, like, using empty for different things, empty is pull, like, had a lot of interesting mechanics that I really hadn't tried to reason through before, until I had a reason to. So that's pretty cool. And that's going to unlock puzzle number 13. So let's go take a look at it. Skyhold. This looks kind of similar to another puzzle I've seen, I feel like. Well, I guess maybe not. Is this similar? I want to return to the map really quick. I don't know what it would have been similar to. Bottleneck, maybe? No, that was a completely different puzzle. Alright, maybe I'm making it up. Maybe I haven't seen a puzzle that looks like this. Box has key. Door is shut. And key is open. So it seems like we just trying to get open the door. Door and wall is stop. Water is not key. Baba is you. Text is float. Box is box. Box and key is push. Door is door. Water is sink. Door is shut, box has key. Okay. So, I guess the first thing is, right now the only objects that I have, box is box, so I can't convert box to anything. Baba is you is down behind the wall, so I can't convert anything to Baba. And text is floating, so the question is, how am I ever going to get to the box? Box has key. And I could possibly have like key has key or door has key. Yeah, I guess a door is an object too, but unfortunately it's door is shut, and door is stop. All right, and then we have empty is. Right, so can I use the empty is pull trick? No, because there's not a pull. Can I say empty is box? I think I can. And I think that actually might be a good thing to do. Box is box, box and key is push. Oh, but boxes are push. And why can I... Oh, empty is empty. I didn't see empty is empty down there. Okay, so I can't say empty is something. All right. So back to the drawing board. Okay, is there a reason I can not just get rid of the water by saying water is empty? That seems pretty great. Box has key. Oh, I need to sink the box in the water in order to get the key out, because that's the only way that I can destroy the key, isn't it? Because I can't say box is open, I don't think, because I don't see a way to get the word box out. And I don't see a way to get the, is open out over to the box. Could I... I'm not entirely convinced of everything. Yeah, I can't push this into other words. I was wondering if I could somehow, like, get the is open out and say, like, door is shut and open or something. Which, by the way, if you said door is shut and open, would it immediately kill itself? I'm not sure. But we can get rid of the water by saying water is empty, but then we have no way to open the box. I need to utilize the water to sink the box. And I don't think there's a way to get is sink out either, so that I could make something else be sinkable. All right. I have access to is shut and more is's. I can't say door is empty because door is door, but let's just watch it get X'd out just to verify. And so it does seem like rule precedence is maybe either time-based or identity takes precedence over changing or something. And then there's the has key. But again, has will only come into effect if I can manage to destroy an object. And the only object I have available to destroy, I could destroy Baba. But I can't say Baba has anywhere, because Baba is trapped down behind the wall down there. The word Baba is trapped down behind the word down there. And yeah, key has doesn't really help me, because I don't have the key yet. Alright. Could I say box has water? No, because I can't get the word water out. Could I say water has key? Okay, let's just play around with this for a moment. Let's kill Baba, just to say water has key. Yes, so that works. So when you sink, you destroy both objects, and then has kicks in for any destroyed object for what's inside. But sadly, key is not me. Key could be shut or empty or different things, but that doesn't seem like that's going to help. Alright. Is there a way for me to say, like, water has key and is empty? Like, if you say water is empty, would has kick in? Or in general, if you say X is Y and X has Z, does X turn into Y? Or does X turn into Y and Z because it went away and it has? I don't think there's a way that I can test that in this. What if I say water is key? Ooh, this is interesting. I can't say water is key. Why not? Water is not key. Haha, over in the bottom left. It says explicitly, water is not key. Alright, clearly that was a rule that, like, one of the testers tried doing that, and they're like, oh, that's a silly solution to the puzzle. Let's lock it out so we can go after the intended solution. And the box is not push. No, box and key is push. So I could push the box around a little bit by pushing some floating text over the water, but I don't think that helps me at all. Box is box, so I can't say box is key. And I can't say door is key, because door is door. Yeah, and the empty. I can't even say box is empty. So yeah, water is empty. And then I could say something else is water later. Hold on. Okay, I think I might see it. Although key is the only thing that I could say is water. If I say water is empty, I gain access to the box. I could say box is empty, but currently box doesn't have key. Can't say water is key. Can't say door is empty. I want to say box has something, but then also get rid of the box, and the only way I can get rid of it now is with is empty, which is the thing that I wanted to test that I don't think I can do. And key is open, has key. I don't even think that's like a way. I don't think you can stick a has at the end of something. Like, I think, yeah. It's not like and. Okay, here's an interesting idea. If I say empty is open, I don't think that can ever really have meaning, because an empty object can't coincide with another object that's shut. What if I also say empty is shut? Will that destroy all the empties? I think yes. Can I say empty has key? I presume I could. But there isn't a way to say all three of those at the same time, is there? But I feel like I'm getting close to something here. Empty could have the key and B is shut. Or... But I need something that's open. And I can't get any other words down there. Empty is open, empty is shut, empty has key. There's no way to do all those at the same time. I can't say that Baba is open or anything. Empty is open, I can't push an empty onto the door. Because basically empty can only exist where there is not another object. Okay, but can I push an object onto an empty? What if I say water is empty to get rid of the water? And then what if I say empty is open? So basically all empty squares are things that can open things that are shut. Oh, but the box is not shut is the problem. Box has a key, but the box is... Oh, but I could make the box shut. And I won't have the key. But let's go ahead and do this anyway. And could I possibly say empty has key? Did I do this once before? I don't know. But let's say box is shut. Empty is open. And so now if I push a box, I push it onto an empty square. So I'm pushing a shut thing onto an open thing. It worked. Awesome. So I pushed a shut thing onto an open thing, destroying both of them. I destroyed the box. I destroyed the empty. Empty has key, and thus its destruction gave us a flag. Which can't open the door right now because the door is not shut. But that is easily solved by saying door is shut. And there we go. Okay. I feel good about that. Woohoo! Alright, so the only one remaining in this area then is platformer. Which I feel like I could do. I just need to sit down and spend some time doing it. It seems like it's a weird zigzag of trying to get Kiki to walk across and like fall down somewhere over here and then go down here and then be walking on some text that's down here and then eventually fall down here and then end up with Kiki is open to then push Kiki with Baba through the door to get to the flag. But I just haven't been able to work it out yet. So we only have one thing left in there. And remind me, what's the one in the forest that we haven't solved? Lock the door. Oh, right, this one. I'm pretty convinced that there's a mechanic associated with shift that I just haven't understood or discovered yet. Because I've spent a lot of time off camera on this puzzle, and I can just not get it. I forget, I think we're only in episode like 23 or 24 or something, like just to show some of the time I've been spending off camera. I'm up to 26 hours of game time playing, and I think I try to make the episodes like about 35 minutes long. So basically for, yeah, almost all the time I spend in video, like I spend almost an equal amount of time at this point solving or trying to solve puzzles off camera. Do we have time to get anything else today? I'm not sure if we do. In the flower garden, adventures. I didn't really take a good look at this one, did I? Yeah, we kind of futzed around with it, but I forgot to look at this one off camera at all. Let me see if we have time for anything else today. Alright, we do still have some time. I'd forgotten there's also this puzzle that we spent a bit of time looking at, and I also played with it a bit off camera, and kind of had some things that were doing interesting things, but I can't quite put it together. So I think that one's also going to require time. I think I just want to look at some new puzzles again. We also, I guess, looked at the bat puzzle over here, right, in the volcanic cavern. Yeah, and that's the only one that's available to us right now. And it involved swapping. And I really like swap, but I was just not quite getting it. Key is swap. It's the only thing I can do with the key is swap. And so the question is, how do I don't see how to get the key up here. I guess if I had other things to push there. So if I were to push the bat up there, and can I push the bat from here? Yeah, I think this is fine. So if I push the bat up there, and then I need to push one other thing while the rock is pushable, so I guess it'd be the word bat would be the other thing. Here's my idea. Oh, except for I need to borrow... darn it, yeah. No, I might be able to use the words rock as push. So I need to use some word to get the key out, or some object to get the key out. And so if I use the word push to get the key out, yeah, then I can get the key out. And then I can still have rock be push by doing this. And what am I eventually doing? Rock on key is flag. Yeah, I should be able to do that somehow. Okay, so let's go get the key over here and see if this behaves at all the way that I want it to. I need to go. How am I going to get Bob and the key through here? Gosh darn it, I've already screwed something up, haven't I? I need to get the key through here. I can't do it now, can I? Oh, and also I not even consider that that is not push, so that doesn't work the way I was intending anymore. Well, poop. I can't get the word bat back out. Yeah, I need to get the key over into this section. I think, actually, while I still have the word rock available, if I had... How am I going to get the key there? What am I trying to do? I don't know why. Like, swap was my favorite thing when I first got introduced to it. And now I'm really struggling. I want that to be there, I think. So if I push rock onto it, that's how I get onto the other side of the key, maybe? So if I push rock onto it, now I'm on the other side of the key. Yeah, okay, so now I got the key over here. So now I can do crazy things like that. And... right. So now what do I want to do? Rock is currently not push, and this is not really doing me any good. But if I had something, I couldn't be on the other side of something to be pushing it down into the key. And if I were to push something from the other side, like... oh, this is a mess. If I were to do... hold on. I need rock in a better spot, which I'm not sure how to do. I could probably use the key to do it somehow, like... no. What if the key were here, and then I push rock there, and now if the key were here, I can't push rock onto the key, and I can't push the key into the rock because the key is swap. And I'm saying the rock when obviously I mean the word rock. Okay, my brain is just not processing this for whatever reason, so I think that one is dead in the water. Let's quickly then try to look at the crazy 9/key puzzle that we unlocked, where I said level is key. We also did level is weak, which destroyed everything, which was pretty funny. Okay. Key is hot, Baba is you, wall is stop, key is key. Door is melt. Door is defeat. Wall is wall, wall is defeat. And wall is stop. Okay. And the problem is the key is not pushable. And the door is not pushable. But something could be weak. Something other than the level. But Kia's seems like all I have. I could make Baba be hot. Can I have Baba be you and hot? I can't get the word hot out very easily. Maybe with some kind of weakness I could do it. I could say key is you. Okay, here we go. If I say key is you, then I have two things to move around. And then if key were hot, well, I can't move either of them on top of the door. Oh, no, I can. It's defeat and melt. So what order do they happen in? The key's not hot anymore, right. And I can't make the key hot while also being you, can I? I don't think so. Well, I could, but then I wouldn't have Baba around as well. And the issue is the defeat. And also, there's this crazy word weak. What am I eventually going to do? Like, even if I unlock the door, like I just started trying to unlock the door, because that's the thing that you do in levels. I would be able to get that text, doors melt and doors defeat. But how is any of that going to help me? Also, did I say level is you? Oops. If I want to say level is you, how would I do so? I could move this up like this. To get it a little bit closer. But right now the key is me. So from here... yeah, I can just get rid of the word key. So now only Baba is me. And now if I say level is you... right, we did do this at some point before. I think I remember seeing this. And this is funny, but not particularly useful. Alright. I have a feeling we're not solving this one today either, but this at least gives me some pieces to work with. Weak is very useful, and... well, it seems like it ought to be very useful. And if I eventually had defeat or melt or door or more ises, what would I do with them? Level is defeat would also be interesting to play around with. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to think about it off camera. Alright, so we started off with a bang and ended with a fizzle, I think, in this episode. But sometimes that's how it goes. Baba is you. I hope as always that you guys are having a great day, and I will see you again soon for more puzzles. Bye-bye.